Talk about a solution, because something that I think angered a lot of Americans recently, the case down in Texas near San Antonio, where a federal judge ridiculously said that a student couldn't use the words amen, stand, invocation, benediction. In other words, stripping any even semblance of religious conversation out of a high school valedictorian's address. Now, later that was overturned, but you have come forth, and I read the article this week, of what you think is a historically based American solution to that. Tell me what it is.
Well, in my newsletter that comes from Gingrich Productions, I outlined a principle which I also talked about in my new book, A Nation Like No Other, and that is that Thomas Jefferson in 1802 had a Judicial Reform Act which eliminated 18 out of 35 federal judges. They literally just dismissed over half of all the federal judges in the country. Now, since Jefferson's Secretary of State was James Madison, who in many ways was the author of the Constitution, you have to assume that they knew what they were doing was constitutional. And I propose that the Congress should literally abolish the office of Judge Barry, that anybody who's so anti-religious, and therefore by definition has to be against our Declaration of Independence, which says our rights come from our Creator, should not be a U.S. judge. And the easy way to do that is simply abolish his office, cease to pay him, and let him go home. You don't have to impeach him and go through anything. Under the Jeffersonian precedent, you just literally say this office no longer exists. Glad you were with us. Goodbye. And I think anybody who reads what he said would agree he should not be a judge.
You know, I hear the cheering of Americans all over the country, even through their television sets, even as you say this, to get rid of some federal judges who have long gone beyond the Constitution and have started writing law that was never intended to exist. And I think the fact that you have come up with a historically based, constitutionally sound idea is one that I salute, and I hope that it catches fire. Thank you, Newt, for being with me today. Have a great time out there at the Pizza Ranch in Indianola.